We have waited a very, very long time to get to this point. It has been 1,087 days, just shy of 3 years since the last Ryder Cup. Now, the Europeans won that, the United States only winning 3 times since 1999. But with stars like PGA Tour Player of the Year Patrick Cantlay, Dustin Johnson, Bryson DeChambeau, and now 2-time major winner Colin Morikawa, Team USA is favored to win at Whistling Straits. Let's welcome in the host of Course Record on CBS Sports Network, Michael Breed. Michael, as I said, we have waited a very, very long time to get to this point. Kind of give us an overall preview of what we can expect this weekend and maybe where the Ryder Cup ranks for you among all tournaments.
I think it's one of the coolest sporting events in the world. That's where it sits for me. The coolest part about this is you actually get to root for a given team in this game, which we never see on the PGA Tour. You don't see a team out there. Here you see the U.S. squad dressed in red, white, and blue, and it is all about USA, USA. And so, yeah, I love the event. I can't wait for it to get started. We're only a few days away.
It can be a little rowdy out there for sure, but it's a lot of fun. All right, so the biggest question for the United States, Michael, going into this is not the talent. We know how talented this squad is. But can they get along, specifically the feud between Brooks Koepka, Bryson DeChambeau? So Bryson was actually asked about that this morning. Here's what he had to say.
Again, a lot of this social media stuff has definitely been driven by a lot of external factors, not necessarily us two. And we had some great conversations Tour Championship week when we had dinner, and then this week as well. I had dinner, sat down at dinner with him last night, and it was fine. And I think there may be something fun coming up here moving forward, but won't speak too much more on that.
Okay, Michael, here's the thing. I love seeing that from Bryson. Great. We've heard that from Bryson quite a bit, though. It is Brooks Koepka's side that I'm a little questionable about, but do you have faith that this team can get along?
Well, here's what I would say. I think the team's going to get along fine. I think Steve Stricker is one of those captains that will, much like Ben Crenshaw, he will pull an emotion out of these players that will get them to unite. I'm not so worried about their ability to get along, and specifically with Bryson and Brooks, I don't think you're going to see them playing together, so I don't think that that's going to be a worry. I think the thing that I'm worried about with Brooks is the wrist. That's the unknown thing to this entire week for me, is Brooks Koepka. How is the wrist? And then if he runs into a situation where he has an uncomfortable lie, maybe he's in some thick rough or in a bunker in a difficult lie, how is that wrist going to respond? And that's the thing to me that I worry about going in here. I don't worry about the camaraderie. I don't worry about their ability to get along. And I certainly think that the U.S. fan base is going to assist them with getting along. We're not going to hear people looking at Bryson and yelling Brooksy. That is long gone. So I don't think we're going to have to worry about that. But when it comes to Brooks's health, that's the concern for me.
The wrist, we've had knee issues over the past 2 years or so. All right, so we're going to cross our fingers there. I appreciate your positivity, though, on the team getting along, because this is all we need to see. Let's talk about somebody who's been a little beat up on the European side. Jon Rahm, still the #1 golfer in the world. He had a horrible stomach bug last week, said it was way worse than COVID over the summer. He experienced his first missed cut since May. What is your concern level regarding Jon Rahm?
Well, I think, look, everybody is excited about the Ryder Cup that's in front of us here. And Jon Rahm is as big a gamer as there is in professional golf. He comes in here as the #1 player in the world. And what's interesting is, as the #1 player in the world, the team comes in as the underdogs. And I think that the team of Europe is going to look to Jon Rahm to help lead them to victory. And so I think at some point his mind is going to take over, and he is going to go, I don't really care how I feel physically. I got to perform. Now, relative to his health, I think his health is going to be fine. I mean, again, he missed the cut, so he's got Saturday, Sunday, and Monday to recover. He doesn't hit another golf ball that's meaningful until Friday. And I kind of feel like this is going to be a no conversation when it comes to Friday. I think Jon Rahm is going to be fine. And I think he's one of those players that, regardless of how he may have played, I think during Ryder Cup, you just figure out how to hit big shots, how to make important putts. And I think Jon Rahm is going to be a force during this Ryder Cup.
Michael, Whistling Straits, I know it is one of Kyle Porter's favorite courses. I love this course. You love this course. It's in Kohler, Wisconsin, a Pete Dye course right along Lake Michigan. I mean, it just goes straight along it. Give us a breakdown for people at home, what they need to know about it.
Well, this is a golf course that it will be, as you said, it's right on Lake Michigan. It will be very windy. I think the wind is going to be somewhere at the lowest at about 15 miles per hour, and it may get up to 25 miles an hour. That is going to ask for some varying shot shapes and certainly some different trajectories. But as you can see, it's right along Lake Michigan. It's also elevated, so it's going to be a little bit cold. I think you're going to see players that are going to be wearing sweaters and possibly even jackets, particularly early in the morning. The golf course itself, it kind of winds around in two sort of circles. You get like a figure eight is how this lays out. You're going to have to move the ball left to right and right to left. You're going to have to fight winds, no question about it. It will be long, but depending upon what kind of rain we get, and they got some rain last night, they're expecting to get a little bit more rain through these days that the players are going to be playing. Not a lot. They got an inch last night, and that may soften it a little bit. The wind may bring it back to a little firm. So I think the conditions are going to be something that we're not exactly certain of how it's going to play. But here's what I can tell you. This golf course will test every single part of your game, and there are an inordinate amount, in fact, too many bunkers to count on this property, and I think you're going to see a lot of fairway bunker shots. I think you're going to see a lot of lies that are kind of uncomfortable. The terrain moves all over the place. It is a fascinating golf course to look at, and it is a really exciting golf course to play.
And it's so much fun seeing those crowds there right along Lake Michigan. It's absolutely beautiful, especially first thing in the morning. All right, you want to walk us through the first tee shot, and I asked you why, and you said, look, the opening tee shot at Ryder Cup is one of the most exciting moments in golf, especially for rookies. In the United States, we have 6 of them. So walk us through the first tee.
Let's jump on over to the hitting area here. I got to get my glove on and get this opening tee shot. Look, the opening tee shot in a Ryder Cup is maybe one of the most nervous moments of a PGA Tour player's career, even a European Tour player's career. You cannot imagine what goes through your body. Everybody is standing around there chanting. We've seen Bubba Watson hitting these opening tee shots with people chanting in his backswing. It's amazing. So there's an emotional element to this. There's also this tee shot. Now, this tee shot on one, and let's take a little helicopter ride here. It is heading sort of southeast off this tee, and then it twists back to the left, more towards the east. You see Lake Michigan right there. So it's looking for a little bit of curve off this tee shot. And one of the things that I can tell you too, by the way, the wind on Friday morning, and it'll be cold. The wind on Friday morning is going to be coming out of the north, sort of pushing off the players back for the right-handed golfer, which is it's probably the least favorite wind that a right-handed golfer can face. So you add all this up, and this becomes a very, very daunting tee shot, and one that can create an emotion that you are unfamiliar with. How do you execute this shot? Well, the first thing you have to do is you have to stick to your shot shape. So if you're John Rahm, if you're Dustin Johnson, you're probably taking a fairway wood, possibly even a long iron down the left-hand side and playing a little cut shot. If you're Bryson DeChambeau, which I'm not, you might even take out a driver. But for guys like me, this is a 3-wood shot. And what I like to do is assuming this wind is coming off my back here, I got to start this down the left-hand side. There's a bunker down the right-hand side that we're going to avoid. That's sitting out there in the 250, 260 range. So you're either going to lay up short of that or try to get it past it. I'm just going to try to get this in the fairway because, Amanda, this is live television, and I'm not going to tell you that I'm not nervous, but I'm a little bit nervous. So here we go. Down the right. Did I put enough fade on it? Come on, Amanda, cheer for me. I need a bounce.
Let's go, Michael.
I got the bounce.
USA, USA,
Ah,
USA.
USA.
You did well there, Michael. You did very well. And you know, it's going to be so much louder than that. I'm so jealous of everybody going. I know you guys are going to be working there. I really wanted to go to this tournament, so I'm going to have to wait. Maybe I'll target it in a couple years down the line. Michael, we're going to be talking to you a lot heading up to the Ryder Cup. We're going to chat with you tomorrow as well. Until then, you can see much more from our good friend Michael Breed on his show, Course Record with Michael Breed on CBS Sports Network. Also check him out on social media.
Want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.